What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Miss Bree.
What's up, man? It's Chosen on the beat.
And this is the Chop Shop Podcast.
Chop Shop Podcast, man. We back in this.
We're back in it. So this is the thing. So this is our first podcast that we've had. We have had the Chop Shop radio show that we had a few years back. And, we had a little time frame that we doing other things like helping out different artists and stuff like that, pushing some music and things like that. But it's been a high demand. They're like, when y'all been going on other people's podcasts? When are you going to have your own podcast? So we're like, you know what?
Time to bring it back.
We're going to talk about some shit.
Time to bring it back. We've been doing a lot of different things, you know what I mean? And putting a lot of our finances and a lot of our time and other people.
Yes.
And I don't, and it hasn't necessarily, it just seems like it's time to put that same energy into each other, you know what I mean? Because,
exactly.
Because
nobody's going to work as hard as we are.
Exactly.
So might as well do it for ourselves, right?
Exactly.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
So let's cheer to that. Can we cheers to that?
Let's cheer. Boom.
Clink,
Yes, sir.
Cheers.
Moscato, the pinky's out.
That's good. Yeah, it's real good. So one of the things that I've been noticing, and I'm sure everybody has noticed recently, that there's this TO discussion, because we did say that, we do have different ethnicities and we're together. And, I know growing up, it may not be easy, in that aspect. But one person in the media is kind of getting a lot of and it's TO because of his preference of who is dating. And I just wanted to kind of get your take on it because you are with a white woman, you have children, etc. And just wanted to see what your thoughts are on that.
Well, I understand a couple different things, right? So when he's, he mentioned that, the women that he tried to, the black women didn't like him. You know what I mean? I think I've had a similar situation in growing up where I was at. It just felt like, the black women didn't like me in that area. I don't know what it was. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I have never dated black women. I had some beautiful black women and whatever. Yeah. But I understand what he means by that. You know what I'm saying? So he went to different races or whatever like that. Me, I don't discriminate with women. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like them all. Black, white, Mexican, Italian, Indian, Jewish. I don't know. I don't know. Pussy to me.
Right,
it's about the person.
Not anymore. 16 years ago,
right.
But at one point.
At one point, what I'm saying, for real, listen, because I'm from Ohio, you know what I'm saying? It's predominantly black and white. That's all it is.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Black and white. And if the girls that I try to reach out or try to holler at, they wasn't giving me the time to play, I'm just, it is what it is. Right. I went with whoever fucked with me. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I'm going to cancel. There's certain things and criteria that I have, like, you know what I mean? Like conversation wise, or like there's certain things that I don't like in a woman, you know what I'm saying? White, black, Mexican, whatever. You know what I mean? Just certain things that I don't like in a woman. And if you had those qualities, it turned me off or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. I hear you.
But as far as like, I fell in love with who I fell in love with, not because I didn't care for the race or because, you know what I mean? It's just who I fell in love with. Met. And even when we met, you know what I mean? You were just getting out of a relationship. Yeah. I had just got out of a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wasn't even trying to be with you. Like, I wasn't trying to marry you. I just met you.
Well, me neither.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know
I had just got out of a relationship. But I didn't want to block a blessing if it was going to happen.
Exactly. And I didn't want to, like I said, when I was first meeting you, I didn't want to like play you. You know what I mean? I didn't want to so I care for you. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to you bought me some gifts and I didn't want to accept them. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I mean? It's just
your heart wasn't 100% there where I may have been.
You were precious, you know what I'm saying? So, but anyways, as far as, I think that I understand what he means. Hey, the type of women, I try to date black women, they didn't fuck with me. I get that because I kind of felt that same way, man. I don't know if it's something written on my head that don't fuck with him, or he likes white women, don't fuck with him, or he likes all races, don't fuck with him. Like, I don't know what it was, man. But, but don't get it twisted. I've had my share of black women. You know what I'm saying?
I think that he's also saying that he tried. He didn't really go into detail, which that's not the thing. I believe that he was just specifying that it happened when he was in school, maybe college or even before, that they just didn't deal with him. And so a lot of people in the comments section of when I saw this, like on Shade Room or something, they were saying, you need to get over your childhood trauma. Aren't you almost 50 and you're dealing with this trauma? Which I understand what he's saying, or whoever had said it. But I do kind of see like a little bit of the point. Don't you think it's maybe a traumatic if somebody at that? I mean, how many black women are in this world, right? You're telling me that however many, you didn't date all of them, right? That just seems kind of odd for him to eliminate a race.
Yeah.
You can have a preference. Like I'm gonna keep a G, right? I believe that you can have a preference because, like he did say, he's like, listen, when you first meet a person, you're gonna be attracted to them. However, whatever it was, whether it's their outfit they had on, like, oh wow, or their body, or their face, or whatever, or their personality, whatever drew you to that person to say, you know what, I want to like get to know this person. So I understand that off rip, but then wouldn't that intrigue you? Wouldn't you want to go towards like what you like? I mean, I think that in his circumstance, I think he's making kind of a poor excuse saying that part of it. That's my personal opinion. I'm not saying that maybe there is something that's going on there, but I just feel like, you know, he's a successful person. I don't see how that be. I think that's dishonest.
Why did you date in your race? What was the situation with you? What attracted you to, you know, black men?
Well, I mean, I will say that I grew up in an area that I was the minority. I mean, there's probably one other white person that I can remember there, and another white, like one white girl, one white guy. You know, that's about it. And so it's like, I guess I didn't think about it, but when I started having feelings, like, you know, like for crushes and stuff like that, whoever was around me was whoever I liked. I really didn't. I know that sounds stupid to say I didn't see race, but I really didn't, because until somebody told me about like, oh, you know, you're white or whatever, I didn't really think of it that way. I just looked at it like there's so many different ethnicities surrounding me. I just was like, I like him. He's cute. I like this guy. He's cute. You know what I mean? But I would say that, you know, the one white guy that was there or whatever, he wasn't into stuff that I was into, you know, at that time. He was like into like grunge. To you? I don't think he was attracted to me. Why? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, let me just say this. Like back in my day, right? Women, it was about boobs, and like, you know, I didn't have boobs. You know what I mean? I had very little small boobs, and I had a butt. You know what I'm saying? So most people that during that time, white guys weren't drawn to that. Mm-hmm. So who I got hit on were people that were out of my race. You know, but at the same time, like what you're saying, I never looked at somebody and say, oh, I can only date this genre of person. It's whoever I'm attracted to. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I could find any person. I mean, I could find a white guy attracted too. That's not the point. But I feel like a lot of the things that I like musically, or, you know, what I am drawn to, so far what I found, white people weren't really. You know, I really tried. When I got a little bit older, I went and tried to go on a date with a white guy, talked to him on the phone for half an hour. I don't know. I couldn't, I wasn't, you know what I mean? The conversation didn't draw me in. And then I'm talking about things, and I do talk a little bit different than say like, you know, the typical white person per se. And so I feel like he was maybe even turned off by me at that point too. So it's just like, it is what it is, you know?
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
So speaking of truth.
Okay. Truth.
So
you sound like you got some thought topics.
It's a little bit of a thought topic. It's either your thought or it's the thought. That hoe over there. So, but a lot of people sit there and say this girl is a hoe, right? Okay. Brittany Renner, right? Everybody knows who she is.
Let's come out with her, damn.
Well, I'm just saying, Brittany Renner. I mean, she's in the media right now. She's on Basketball Wives now. She's on that next season, and so she's doing some promo and stuff like that. So I think she was talking to Shannon Sharp, having a conversation. She basically said she had sex with 35 people or whatever, and he was like sipping his drink or whatever.
Oh my God.
Oh Jesus. He took it to the head. He was, I know.
Help me, Jesus. Help me. Okay. I'm down, bro.
I know. No, so the thing about it is that Shannon, you know, he's in a generation before us a little bit. And I feel like his mentality is very, I don't know, childish. I mean, I think 35 people for somebody who considers her to be a hoe, I'm like, 35 really isn't a lot of people. That's my personal opinion. You know, that's what I think. 35 for you to sit there and be like, oh my God.
35 penises.
35 penises. I mean, she did have a kid with one of the penises. Mm-hmm. Okay.
How old is she?
I think she's like 35. So let's just say she has sex like a lot of teenagers have, 14, 15, 16.
14?
14, 15, 16.
14?
Well, a lot of my friends, they have babies at 14. So
wow.
Yeah. So, shit. Okay, but it's younger. It's young. Hold on. But that's my generation. It's younger than that nowadays. But that's another topic. Okay. But But let's just say she started having sex. Let's just say she started at 18. Let's just say she got out of high school and she's like, okay, I'm gonna have sex at 18. Let's just say. So, you know what I'm saying? Like almost 20 years and having 35 penises. Like if you were to sit here and have, you know, a couple guys.
That means she wasn't in a relationship. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you're single, and most guys, who's that dude that's dating Taylor Swift?
Travis Kelce.
So he basically went on a podcast and says something about that, saying that he expects the third date to have some ass. So if his mentality is like a lot of men, right? And Brittany, she does date people that are industry, right? She doesn't date just random, like basic, like 9-to-5ers. I mean, most likely.
I mean, so that we don't know.
That we don't know, but you know, she went and got a basketball dude. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm thinking she does date a little bit higher up as far as stature, okay? And so if all those men had that mentality, that means the third date they're expecting ass, right? Maybe she likes them and she fucks with them.
I mean,
and then she does it to him.
Man, like, you just gotta stop being so sensitive when it comes to women having sex. You gotta stop calling women hoes because they like to have sex. Like, the only part was she was a hoe because I read something that she had a one night stand with 3 people in the same night or something like that, or it was something like 3 guys in a day. I don't remember what it was. I'm sorry, I can't. Forgive me. I don't know. Know. But it was like I just saw it. But maybe that might be a little bit hoish, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
I mean, maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? I feel like I feel like men and women have their hoe stage. They go through a devastating breakup that leaves them singing Jodeci in fetal position.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
Why you bringing up old shit?
Leaves them in fetal position.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Singing to Jodeci, listen to Jodeci, Drew Hill, whatever. Okay. And you're going to sit here and you're going to be like, I'm going to be a hoe. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go and I'm going to do me this. My feelings, I'm going to my feelings away. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of women and men both do that. Men, it's acceptable. It's like, oh, you got all the bitches. You over here, oh, you did it. Actually, when we first got married, we're about to get married. Your family has said, why you want to be with him? He's a hoe.
What?
Yeah.
Who told you that?
We're not, I'll tell you off camera.
What?
I'll tell you off camera. Yeah, and I'm like, well, damn. You know
Before
what I'm saying?
we got married?
Before we got married.
Not even like way like when we were dating?
I mean, we were dating, but
then they told you? Before we walked on while you was walking on the aisle.
Oh no.
Oh.
Like when we decided and we told the family that we were going to get married,
okay.
They said, why you want to marry him? He's a hoe. I'm like, well, damn. I'm like, okay.
I was never a hoe.
Okay, but hold on, but that's a side note.
Hold on, bro. Like, we got to talk about that. Side note, a hoe. Listen, chosen, fucked. But I wasn't like a hoe. Like, I mean, I was a man. I was young. I was 16, 17, 18, 19. I was just learning.
16, 17, 18?
16, not 14.
Okay. 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, I'm just saying, but like, okay.
But I wasn't a hoe. I wasn't a hoe, bro. Like, you know.
Okay. But I'm just saying, like, okay, so women, everybody has a hoe stage, mostly during college years. Okay, let's just say 18 to like 24, 25. A lot of women experiment, do different things, you know. I kissed the girl and all that shit. So all those times, so, okay, so then once they like get out of that hoe stage or whatever, then whatever. So maybe she did majority of her time during that hoe stage. Maybe her hoe stage lasted longer because she stayed single. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. 35 doesn't seem crazy. Obviously, Rick Fox doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Right? Rick Fox doesn't give a shit. He's like, let me be 36. I'm like, all right, damn, you know? So, I mean, some men, I don't think I have a problem with it, but I don't know. What do you think? I mean, you're 35 doesn't seem like very much to me, I feel like. Not to say that I'm over here like that's my number, but I'm just saying like that's,
I think it's up there. I mean, it's not that bad. It is what it is, but it's not like it's a big deal. It's sex.
But how many? So I don't know Shannon Sharp's personal business as far as like wife or whatever, but I'm sure he was a football player. I'm sure he had thrown at him left and right. But you can't tell me that he didn't.
But let me just tell you this: he is sacred. I always tell people that. It's fucking sacred, bro.
It is. It's like, definitely wanted.
It's the power of the PUSSY, right?
Facts.
So therefore, it means more than the dick. The dick, ew. You know what I mean? Like the penis or whatever. It's just whatever. It's just a horn dog. You know what I mean? So it goes in and out, everything, right? The pussy is sacred, bro. So to give it up, it needs to mean something. Now, hold on. Let me just say this. I have no problem with women who are promiscuous. Do your thing. Have fun. We are grown. Sex is sex. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do your thing, bro. Like, I think there's a difference from a person who doesn't care who does it to them and has no respect for themselves,
Okay.
or versus a person.
No, I got you.
For a
Yeah.
person who's like, oh, I met somebody, I like that person, we got into it, dude, it was good, I'm horny, let's go. Or we start dating and we dated a couple
months and then it didn't work out.
It didn't work out or whatever.
Exactly.
Or whatever.
That's my
You know
point.
what I'm saying? Like,
so what if
shit
she had
happens.
a couple of those 3-monthers?
Yeah.
Every quarter.
I mean, there's nothing
One
wrong
man
with
a
like saying
quarter.
sometimes niggas want some pussy, sometimes girls want some dick. And it's
Exactly.
like, damn, oh, I can't have sex with you on the first day. That's just bullshit. If you want it,
That's what
I
I'm
want
saying.
it. Let's do it. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? We're grown. What I don't like is niggas who women the first time and then they treat them bad after they get the pussy for like that.
And they just block
They try to
them.
block them or dismiss
No,
them.
see, that's majority of majority of my count is those dudes.
I never understood that, man. It's like, listen, you have sex. She gave you that's a roster, bro. As a single man, you now have a woman that you can probably link up with. You know, go out, have sex because she, you know, you already, if it was good, right? And the multiple girls you have sex with, you have that.
Yeah.
You know, but niggas want to be like, I just want to fuck her and then leave her in it, but then dog her, talk shit about her that she gave you the pussy. Like, how is that a bad thing? First of all, and why is she being demeaned for giving it up? Like, I don't fathom that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
you know
I mean, that's what I thought about you off rip when we first were intimate together.
Play me, bro.
Hold on, we're not talking about that.
Bro, you play me, bro. Like, you play me. You know what I'm saying? You made me do the unthinkable things and then play me.
But like I said,
why? The
reason being was because majority of my, if you want to say body count, were only like a one-time thing because they dated me. I mean, they talked to me, we hung out, we messed around a little bit, but when I finally gave it to them after 3 or 4 months or whatever, which I talking to them on the phone every day, I'm, you know, like we're hanging out all the time.
3 or 4 months.
Yeah, 3 or 4 months.
You had the pussy for 3 or 4 months?
Yeah. Well, I was a kid. I was like 16, 17, 18.
I'm about
you know
to
what I'm
say,
saying?
3 fucking 4 months. God damn.
Well, anyways, that's my choice if I want to wait that long. But
30 days, I get it. You know what I'm saying? 3 weeks.
You waited longer than that. So, but anyways.
For me? For
yeah.
you?
Yeah.
You're tripping. Bro, it was 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Yes.
No.
It was a week, and then you made me do something to you, and then you sent me home with blue balls. That was fucked up. I will never forget you.
We're not talking about that.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm just saying the majority of people that I was with, they played me as far as like they made me think we're in a relationship. They did all this stuff or whatever. And then after 3 to 4 months, let's just say that whatever I waited, however long, they got it. And then that was it. And then they were like, oh, I got a girlfriend. What the fuck? Or they, you know, they would say some other shit. They just started decreasing it. And I mean, I was just like, then I started seeing it was a cycle with men. That's all they cared about. So then I said, all right. And then of course they left me not satisfied, of course, you know what I'm saying? I'm a kid. I don't even know what I want yet. And then I started going to the place where like, if I'm gonna do it, it's going to be on my terms. And so I became a little dudeish and a little selfish and stuff like that. Like when you met me, you were like, you're selfish or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I probably am. But it's because I didn't realize that's how I had to be. My mentality changed. I had to be that way because motherfuckers didn't care about me. Like one dude I was with one time, it was a race for him. He's like, okay, I'm done. What the fuck? Did you finish? No, but him, you know, get away from me. Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
So anyway, so I'm just saying, like, I feel like, you know, women and men both have a hoe stage per se, if you want to call it that. And they're finding themselves their sexuality, you know? So I feel like Brittany she already got a lot of shit. People already come at her. She just says a lot of stupid shit. I can't say that I back her up on everything that she does. Right. But I would say in this circumstance, I don't think she should be getting a lot of shit for it.
I mean, she's going to get a lot of shit because you got all these people out there that got all something to say and what women's supposed to be like and what men's supposed to be like.
But, you know, she's not saying like, my booty hole and my, you know what I'm saying? Like,
regardless, she's still saying it. You know what I'm saying? She's telling you what she's done. She got a yeast infection for having 3 one-night stands in a night.
Well, yeah, because she had too much.
You know what I'm saying?
pH level on your pussy is too much.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But it's like, so she's staying hoe shit. You know what I mean? That was kind of hoish or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? But it is what it is.
But she's saying that's not how she is now.
That's fine.
So with that being said, side on that part of it, you know, Drea Michelle And she's made a comment saying that, like, she's always made comments about this, but she was like saying your whole card can be erased. And so do you think that's accurate?
Yeah. Women get of age. They don't want to do that shit no more. They become, they get careers. They do whatever they need to do. They get married. Once they get married, it's over. Whatever you did in the past is in the past. It's about your future.
Right.
Being a hoe is what you do at that present. You are a hoe. Now, if you got married and you cheat on your husband and stuff like that, then no, that shit, that card is still there. But if you change yourself, you're not gonna cheat. You're gonna stay with your man. You're gonna, you're married, whatever the case may be, or even if you're in a serious relationship, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right, yeah.
You stop allowing other men to have sex with you or and take your body. Then yeah, why can't it be? You cannot talk about people because of their past. Everybody has a past.
Right.
We've all done some shit. You know what I'm saying? We've done some bad shit. Now, if a person is going to continue to do those bad things or whatever, okay, yeah, then you talk shit about them. But if a person has changed their life, a hoe will always be a hoe. It's like, no, that's just not. That's, I mean, if there's a person that wants to live that lifestyle, then that's what they're going to live. But if a person decides they don't want to do that shit no more and they change their lifestyle, then they're not a hoe anymore.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Or they're
so you can make a hoe a housewife then?
Absolutely.
You can.
You can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If she's wanting to be
If
that.
she wants to be that. As long as that, yeah. If that's
Holly wants to be that, then yeah. But if she's not trying to be that way, then no.
Yeah.
Because she's going to, one, there's not going to be no trust. There's not going to be no loyalty. You know what I mean? There's going to be a bunch of hurt and pain because she's not ready to be in that particular type of relationship. You know what I'm saying? Or he is not ready to be in that particular type of relationship.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So absolutely not.
So what about Adam, from No Jumper, and his wife, Lena the Plug? She's in porn, right? And she always usually does females or whatever. But in this circumstance, Adam was like, and they've done it together or whatever, but he had her do that. Now, being that she does this for a living, right, gets paid for it, she looks at it more like it's acting, it's a business. Would that be different? Because it's like
it's not different because that's their terms. It's
Okay.
for us. We ain't doing that shit.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that.
That's not for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's for them. So their particular perspective of what they do in their life, that's what they do. They're cool with that. That's
They're okay
them.
with it, yeah.
They're okay. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? You can't look at them, oh, you're a hoe. No, that's her profession. Her husband is cool with it. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. It's
but to each his own.
Yeah,
that's not for everybody. That lifestyle is not for everybody.
You got to be a different type of beast, man. A different type of person that can handle that. There's no way I can sit there and let some man my wife. Period. Point blank. Period. I just won't not happen. It's not
on camera
for the world
to see.
He didn't porn her. He made love to that girl.
Yeah,
I mean, he was licking her.
We did see it.
He was making love to her. He was looking her in her eye. It was different, bro.
Yeah,
that was different. That wasn't just like wham bam. Let me just fuck her for the camera type shit, bro. That shit was weird.
Well, I mean, maybe they're just that good of an acting. Well, although that was his first porn, I heard that he's a model.
That's why he was making love to her because he didn't know what he was.
He didn't know what he was doing. Yeah, he needs to keep it professional in the business. I guess
he did everything he could on that shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I'm like, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully
they still good.
Hopefully
hopefully they were able to recover from that situation. Man, but I hear what you're saying. To each his own.
Yeah, they do their thing, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, bro. Like you can handle that type.
You're a bigger man than me.
There's no way I can handle that type of lifestyle, man. Like, there's no way. That's my queen.
I hear you.
Queen.
Thank you, baby.
You wouldn't want my dick in the other bitches, right?
I'll kill somebody.
Right.
I already told you that. We've had this discussion in earlier years or whatever. That was his dream, was to have a threesome or whatever.
I did. I wanted a threesome, bro.
Like, with a female when I was younger, or whatever.
And
I was just like, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not into that, first of all. But you're like, but da-da-da-da. And you would I would have her do this to you. And I'm just like, well, I would end up I would be punching her. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not gonna be any enjoyment. What if I get you real drunk? I would be sober immediately.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not
I tried everything I could
sharing.
at the time when I was younger, but when I got older, I just realized I don't want nobody touching my wife. I don't want nobody touching me. It's my wife. I'm yours, So
exactly, and vice versa. So, I think the last topic we wanted to talk about, or a couple two topics we wanted to discuss, was maybe kind of a little bit towards the Lena the Plug thing. Is being loyal, is being too loyal like a bad thing? Is there like a
Is there such thing as being too loyal?
Yeah, is that possible? Because it's like, is he gonna just stay with her maybe to in that circumstance? Like, is he gonna always be with her because of the fact that he's like, I don't want to ever, or is he look stupid? I mean, I'm just questioning. These are the things that are online. I'm not, like you already said, each his own.
I don't think that that's their loyalty. They discuss that. That's what they have. There's people that have open marriages. There's people that swing. There's people that do all kind of stuff.
That's true. Yeah,
they have
and they still come back to their relationship.
They do that. I'm talking about with business. I'm talking about with friendships, with anything. Is there a such thing as being too loyal? You know what I'm saying? Because I think that there's some very much like loyal people like me who feel like, I just can't f people over, who end up getting fucked over. You feel what I'm saying? And when do you take that loyalty away from everybody? You feel what I'm saying? It's usually more like, well, this new person, I'm gonna show you my loyalty, and then they fuck it up, or now I'm gonna show you my loyalty. When did she just be like, no, f that shit? They need to prove before I even show them any time of
That's
loyalty.
My mentality.
But I just feel like it's wrong though. I just feel like you know what I mean?
No,
like
because this world, let me explain something to you.
Okay, break it down.
Okay, break it down.
Forever and consistently be broken.
Okay, so my personality is, I don't trust people, and I'm sure it's my childhood trauma and stuff like that. Just people disappointing me on a regular basis, and just always kind of maybe being that negative person per se, right? But motherfuckers will try to take over shit. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna take advantage as much as they possibly can, and being that I've gotten older, having certain people in my circle is a privilege. And I don't want just any random person. You know that. We don't just have any motherfuckers in our house, because we don't trust everybody. You have to be a really special person to do that. Why would that be any different than like our hearts or like what we're going to give to people? You know what I'm saying? That I don't feel like it's an earned situation. Respect is earned. Loyalty is earned. And you're not going to get my loyalty until you've proven that it's worth it to me. I'm not going to give everybody my loyalty.
Yeah, I feel like I do that. I want to try
keep
to
your word is something different. You can keep
your
word.
Try to prove my who I am, and I end up taking like less pay, or I end up giving up free work, or I end up doing so much different shit just to show people that I'm going to be there for them. And then in the end, it always just comes back to bite me in the ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. The reason why is because they don't see. They're like People are looking at it differently. They're like, you don't value yourself.
Right.
So I'm not going to value you either.
Yeah, that's what you and Ramon, my homie Ramon, shout out my boy Ramon. That's what you guys both be saying about that shit. Like, Ramon and you, like, y'all some cutthroat motherfuckers, bro. Like, dead ass, bro.
Listen,
like,
because we know.
At this point, like, I told my business partner, Corey, I was like, man, at this point, we're going to have to, we can't be the people that people come to anymore. We are too nice. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all real nice.
I told him, I was like, we're going to have somebody as a buffer that, hey, you got to go talk to them. And that's what goes through, because we're just too fucking nice, bro. Why am I so fucking nice to people? Why am I so nice? I don't understand that. I give just to show.
It's because you're a PK.
Man, that's you know that has to be right. It's like they drill that shit in your head. Give and it'll come back to you. Give your last.
Exactly.
Give. Do free work. Like I was born and like when I was growing up in church, it was like everything free. Do for free. Free. You gotta play the drums for free. You don't get paid. So now I feel guilty charging people for certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I don't know why I just feel guilty. It's like, man, I don't want to charge you. I want to show you love. No. You know what I'm saying? Because somehow you're gonna tell everybody you're gonna bring it back to me somehow in a different way. That's how I was thinking.
That's what a 501c3 is. 501c3 is where you do that. So here's the thing. The government doesn't give you shit for free. Okay? So why would you? Okay? Our world. Right. That's just how it is. For business standpoint, you have to always be like about your business. Okay. You take from people that have that have money. Now, if people come to you and you're genuinely, they're like, hey, I only have like $30 to get a studio, but I need to get this thing. You'll probably be like, okay, I got you or whatever, but not have it be a thing all the time. Where you give is you give to people that are less fortunate. You give to people that don't have the capacity to be able to take care of simple living things. Okay. That's where your heart would go. When it comes down to business, where like our studio and, things like that, music and all that stuff or whatever, that's not a necessity item. You know what I mean? For people to live. Mm-hmm. So if somebody's coming to you asking you for a beat, or somebody's asking you for whatever it may be, you need to charge them. They're trying to use a studio. It's a charge situation. If somebody's outside Albertsons and like, hey, I need to feed my kids, I got you. You know what I'm saying?
No, speaking of that, yeah, how does that work for you when people come up to you and ask for money? Hey, I need money for gas, or I have my kids and or I'm hungry. Can you get me something to eat? Or how do you handle that situation?
Well, I mean, a couple of situations that I've had where people have done me wrong when I've given them money and I've seen that they go and they get in their car, even though the children didn't have any gas, and then my child's in the car, all these things, and I went and pulled up and got my money back. I've done things because I don't like people. First of all, I don't like people saying God bless you and all that stuff, and using, God is going to bless you and stuff like that right after they cheat me on something. I really despise that. But what I don't do really is the money thing. I don't really give cash to people asking for it when they're out and about. It depends on the circumstances, like if somebody's short $1 or something, they're getting food out, that's different. But if it's like somebody just with a sign and like, I need this or whatever, I'll be like, I'll get you some food, I'll provide you something that way. You know what I mean? Yeah. I rather provide a necessity item, because I don't want to necessarily be outside a liquor store and they're like, hey, can I get $5 or whatever? I know you're going to go back in there and go get something that it's not probably food,
Yeah, to me, it just depends. Most of the time I don't do money. However, if they ask for money and I tell them, are you hungry? I can get you something to eat. And they say, yeah, then I may get them something to eat and then give them a couple of dollars because they said they wanted the food. You know
Correct.
what I'm saying?
No,
so I might give them both. You know what I'm saying?
I see that.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, okay, he does want something to eat. You know what I'm saying? But if I ask you if you're hungry, well, I'll get you something to eat. No, I'm not hungry. Okay, you want some money for something else?
Exactly.
Okay. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't really like doing that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I was I took our daughter. I took her friend. Mm-hmm. They went skating. So we went to Skate World or whatever, right? After Skate World, I took her to McDonald's. They wanted McDonald's. I know you despise that place now, which we're probably not going to be eating there no more because of the.
I'm not. I haven't ate there in
I don't
5 to 10 years.
I don't even eat there, so I don't even know why I'm letting my daughter eat there, to be honest with you. But
that's another.
But that's another situation from another day.
Another day.
Grow your own food. No, I'm just kidding.
Grow your own food. Yes.
But no. So I'm in line, and there's this black lady. She's going from car to car, and she's asking people something or whatever. I'm assuming she's asking for money. And the reason why I assume that is because people are declining her.
Right.
They're not giving her the money or nothing's happening or whatever. She got to me, and you know what she asked me?
What?
She's like, can you get me something? I was like, huh? She's like, can you get me something to eat? I'm like, fuck yeah. I literally said, fuck yeah. Excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what do you want? She's like, just a cheeseburger. I was like, okay, you want anything else? A drink? I was like, is that all you want? You want more? She's like, if you could do 2, that's fine. So I got her 2 cheeseburgers, 2 fries, 2 drink or whatever, and I could not believe that 5 cars declined that woman food. I don't understand what's going on with humanity. I don't give a fuck what somebody looks like. You're at McDonald's. You can give that girl, she asked for a cheeseburger, $2, bro. You can get that girl a cheeseburger, and they did not. And I just broke my freaking heart. I don't understand what's wrong with humanity. I gave my last jacket, my favorite jacket, to somebody outside the store. It was my favorite coat. I thought I had hoodies, some perfect hoodies in the bag, and I didn't. I'm like, damn, he's cold.
It was raining too.
It was raining. It was my favorite freaking. My wife got it for me.
He loved that jacket.
I freaking love it, and I gave it to him. I didn't care who was watching. I didn't pull my phone out like, look at me. I'm giving this man this jacket. People who do that, it bothers me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not that one guy who doesn't show himself.
Right.
And he blesses people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a little bit different. But people who go around, here's some pizza, and then stick your phone in your face like you're doing something. That shit is that shit is whack, bro. That shit is freaking whack, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The only time that I think is cool is if you're an organization, you're getting content of what you do to help people. That's fine.
To bring the word out and say, but hey, and
if
get
you're
donations.
A person who has some flash or whatever, and you want to make these people feel bad because you're giving them something to eat, or you know what I mean? I think people always want to pull their phone out. You can be dying.
No,
people will pull your freaking phone out to watch you die before they freaking help you, bro.
Who was the guy that got shot at Roscoe's in LA, right? Like the day after we left there when we went to the Raider game?
PNB Rock. Sorry.
PNB Rock. Yeah, PNB Rock. So I remember the man is dying, bleeding from gunshot wounds. The people are recording him dying. Why are you not calling 911? Why are you not getting an ambulance? Why are you not going to him? Now, I'm not saying the initial shock people, and my initial shock may be off like, oh my God, let me protect myself. And then they dipped out. Once they dipped out, why would I not go towards this person? You know what I'm saying?
Stop the bleeding.
Try to do something.
Do
like,
something.
oh my God.
Pull your phone out.
Pull your phone out to record
Like,
because it's a famous person
some person's
dying.
getting jumped. You pull your phone out and watch this person get jumped opposed to trying to stop it. You see kids fighting, you pull your phone out and you watch these kids fight. Like, come on, guys. We got to be better than that. That shit is fucking garbage, bro. That shit is garbage, and this generation is trip for that because it's like, yo, man, it's like these phones, man, they got us, man. And, you know, like I said, no disrespect to people who do this shit for a living and they make money. You know, I have my phone out right now. I have 3 of them on us.
Right, we're recording right now. Right.
But it's like I said, but if you're trying to do something to help somebody genuinely, then you shouldn't try to record yourself showing that. That's not genuine to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I will say, though, that some of these recordings of like police brutality, that is assisted with getting convictions. But there's somebody else calling, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of times it's the police already there, but I'm just saying somebody else is calling, somebody else is doing the 911 call or whatever while the other person's recording.
Well, let me just say this. You're recording a crime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a little bit different. You got these policemen that are hurting black human beings for no apparent reasons. You got people, you got these young kids in handcuffs and they beating you down. And they're saying, stop resisting for the camera, but they're not resisting. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, I'm a firm believer in doing what the cop says just because I don't want to get in trouble. That's not the time to fight for your rights, per se, in my eyes. That's never going to be the time. I used to try to do that shit. I could have been fucked up myself.
I told you.
You know what I'm saying? But I just kind of do what they tell me to do. And hopefully, you know what I'm saying, I can live to see another day.
Right.
If they violate, I'll let them violate. I won't try to resist. I will get beat down, whatever the case may be. I will not fight back and try to fight back in court later. You know what I'm saying? Because
if you have the opportunity,
if I have the opportunity to.
Sometimes you don't get that opportunity. Sometimes cops are so threatened by a black man that they assume that it's going to be bad and they kill you.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, when black people start rising and we start rising against these police officers and start whooping their ass because, like, listen, man, y'all are tripping with this shit, man. You are killing people. You're killing humans for no apparent reason because you feel threatened. How you threatened by a 13-year-old boy and there's 2 of you and he's in handcuffs? What the threat is that?
No, babe, it's bigger than that. It's not. There may be some cops that feel that way, but it's a bigger thing. It's a mass. It stems up from government. It's been going on for thousands of years.
I know, but there are some good cops out there. Don't get me twisted. You know what I'm saying? There's some real good cops out there who don't do shit, who pull you over and give you warnings, who are just, there's some good cops out there, man, who really care and protect people. Right. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is but we still have to call the police when we're in trouble. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And the thing about it is like we're so scared. We don't know if we call them or we're going to get. I remember calling the police one time and and they got at us.
No, I remember.
You remember that shit?
I know.
It's like we need your help, and you're like threatening us.
No, remember that one time where that lady used my phone?
Yeah,
she used my phone, and then they called back, and I was like, hello, and I didn't realize that they were gonna call me back, and then they're like, what's the suspect look like? Is he black?
Right.
That's what the person on the phone said to me, and I was like, I told him, I was like, what does that have to do with anything? Why are you asking?
Right, and then he came in there, they tased the dude.
Yeah,
he wasn't even doing anything.
He didn't do anything. He was taking trash out. Yeah, he had cut his hand because the woman that called the cops was mad at the daughter, and because the daughter didn't pay the cell phone bill, threw like a glass or something like that. The guy went and cleaned it up and cut his hand. He went and picked up everything and he was taking the trash out. Cops got called. They see the bloody hand off rip. They tased him. They didn't even ask any questions. I was right there.
Right.
And and then I was trying to record my phone, but
it's very unfair for us, bro. And it's so scary. We have kids. I have a son. There's many people who have sons and daughters, and how are the people that are supposed to protect us fucking killing us? And it's fucked up. I don't know how that guy that we veered from the topic of being loyal, but it's something that needs to be said.
But that's what the chop shops are. We're gonna chop it up on a regular basis. So this is our first episode. Our first show. But you know what? There's gonna be plenty more coming through. Please make sure that you hit us up. Let us know any more topics that you want us to discuss. What you'd like to hear from us. Ask us questions. We'll be more than welcome to tell you about how we do things. But I will want to say the slight disclaimer because I didn't say it in the beginning. We are not professionals. We are not experts in any field. We're just going to give our opinion. This is how we feel about certain things, and our opinions may change as the time time goes. But we just hope you guys stay tuned and chill with us.
Yeah, we got
next
a lot
time.
more guests coming on. We got a lot
We're
more
gonna have
things.
guests.
We're gonna have guests.
Yeah.
We're gonna have music. We're definitely gonna talk about music because that's what we do. That's
That's
sings.
what brought us. That's
You know
what brought us
brought us
together.
together. You know what I'm saying? So music is basically the forefront of our topic. Different topics us out. Current events, things of that nature. So
Exactly.
just keep it locked with us. Chop Shop Podcast Show on Instagram. Chosen on the Beat on Instagram.
Miss Bree,
You know what I'm
619.
saying? Everything Chosen on the Beat for me on all social medias. Follow us, like, subscribe, share. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because it's about to get real, real, real heavy in here, baby.
Exactly.
Let's go. We out.